This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself.
So today we have the very common problem with the LG washing machine where you get a lot of black mold that builds up on the boot, and it's mainly a problem with the door being closed when not in use, and it's a nice environment for mold to grow because it's really dark and warm and moist. So what we're going to be doing today is removing the old boot and replacing it with a new one. Here is the model or the part number, and it's a pretty easy job. You do need, or it's wise to have a special tool to get this online. The LG spring clamp removal tool for the back spring, and these are kind of expensive, unfortunately, about 40 to 50 bucks. But if you have this, you can do this job yourself and save on the labor. So I like to use some liquid soap when I put these new ones on, and I'm going to put it inside this channel here, and that just makes it slip onto the inner tub, which is a plastic tub, a lot easier. So anything slippery, but regular laundry liquid detergent works so good. Use dishwasher would be fine. I've even used olive oil before. So you just want to get that along the perimeter, and it makes a big difference on how easily you can put these on. Okay, and then you notice like there's these little openings. It's good to put some of that in there too, any of these openings that you see, because there's things that have to fit in there, tubes, and if they're lubricated, it goes in a lot easier. There's one. Okay, and now we're going to take off the old one. Pretty easy to do that, actually. Just need a standard head screwdriver to get the outer ring off. Here's the outer ring, and we just put a screwdriver in there underneath. We'll pry back, and that gets that spring clamp to come off. There's the spring. And then once you get that off, you can peel this guy off of the rim. And then you want to see if there's any connection points. Like there's one right there. There's a little plug that we have to take out, but also we need to use our pliers to get rid of that spring clamp right there. There's also one down here. We need to get that one out. So we're just going to press in with the spring clamp so we can get that up and off, because they can lock in, and then you can get that off. That hose comes right off once you get the clamp off. There's the hose came off, and then we're going to do the same thing on this one down at the bottom using the pliers or vice grips. So we got the vice grips on there. Lift this out. There we go. So that's all disconnected now. And then we want to take the boot and want to push it inward inside the spin basket. So this is unusual, but this model also has a hose over there and a hose over there. So we're going to do the same thing to disconnect that. We have the boot kind of staying where it is now because we pushed it in. There we go. All right, so we got all the hoses disconnected. So this model, it's funny, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 that you have to disconnect. Now we're going to take off the spring clamp that's holding the boot onto this plastic tub. So in this one, the spring clamp is accessible right here. We're going to put our tool in that hook and in that hook, so we can disconnect that spring. If you want to just pull this really hard, it'll actually come out, but we're going to use that tool. All right, so I got a standard head screwdriver underneath that spring. I'm just going to pry it toward me, and it'll come off. There we go. And now the whole boot can come out and we can do a little more work on it. Okay, now we're just going to push these things, this one and this one, out, and they come out as one unit. I'm just going to push from the back. You can see it coming loose. There we go. And we'll put that into the new one. We're just going to push it in now until it locks in. Okay, we got this new one in. You can see that the boot has a little relief for that orange tab right there. And this one has a little relief for that orange tab. So, okay, we're going to put the boot on now. We got everything in position. We'll make this arrow right here go on the top, right over that ridge. And we'll start clicking it around. So I've got the boot all set up at 12 o'clock. I got it all pushed in around here. I'm working it down now with my thumbs, just pushing it in. Kind of hear it click. And this is prior to putting on that big spring. Just pushing it in with my thumbs, making sure it's kind of seated all the way around. I think we got it. So I'm going to push the rest of the boot into the spin basket area, and then we'll put on the spring. Okay, I've got the boot kind of pushed into the spin basket, and then I got it on the lip of the tub all the way around, nice and secure. So now I want to put on that spring clamp using the special tool. Okay, we got the tool in position. I'm kind of putting this together instead of up here at this corner by the concrete. I'm going to do it over here where there's a little bit more room. But you can kind of see how the tool is being used. It's going to pull this spring onto that hook, and then once it's hooked, we got it made. So let me do that now. But the tool, I'm just squeezing it, and that's moving that spring closer to that hook. So let me do that now. Okay, we just got that thing to hook in. Let's see if we can show you on camera. So there's the spring, and then got it hooked there, and that's going to hold that on really tight. So now we just have to connect those tubes, there's 4 of them, and put the spring clamps on. So I'm using some needle nose vice grips to help me keep that compressed. Got the bottom one done. And I'm going to put this one on there. I'll show you guys in a sec. Okay, now we're putting the outer rim on. We got all the hoses put on there. And we're just putting that on the rim, and we're going to put the spring clamp on. Just using the thumbs to get that over this metal rim. You just want to go around and make sure it's on there nice before you attempt to put on the spring clamp. By the way, that is the model number for this unit. Kind of unusual one that has those 4 hoses. It has a hose there, hose there, hose there, and a hose there. Usually there's just one inlet hose and then one drain hose down here. So now I'm going to use some of that liquid soap. I'm going to put it on my fingers and put it all the way around the spring clamp to lubricate it, and that's going to make it a lot easier to put on. So I've got the spring clamp inside that groove all the way around, and what I'm going to do next, I have it started at 12 o'clock. I'm going to pull it off with my left hand to about 8 o'clock, and with my right hand to about 4 o'clock, and then I'll push really hard and get the spring to go underneath that lip there. And I wish I could show you, but I gotta use the 2 hands to spread apart. Right hand over here, left hand over here, and then I want to get that spring down there. All right, so we got that spring clamp on. There's the spring at the bottom, and we're going to try a cycle. Make sure there's no leaks. Let's go normal. Yep. So on this type of LG washing machine, if you wanted to just go to drain right away, what you can do is power it off and then turn on the power and go to the spin speed button. So go power, spin speed and keep pressing it until it goes to extra high. It's about 13 minutes. Then press power, or I'm sorry, start. And that's going to do a drain cycle and spin cycle. So while it's running, power it off, and when you power it back on, you press spin speed until you get to extra high, and then press start. And you can hear it draining now. And then once it's fully drained, it'll start a spin cycle. Thanks so much for watching our video. We really appreciate your support. And when you get a chance, please press the subscribe button below so you can be subscribed, and also the notification bell so we can send you more videos about appliance repair. Please also give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you really liked the video and it really helped you, please press this new applaud button and you can show your support and also get a nice clapping hands for your video. Thanks again.